from Suffolk who collects tax discs from cars. He collects thousands of them. Tonight, another collection, and this is a collection to boggle the mind.
Lisa Courtney from Hertfordshire collects Pokemon memorabilia. She started 13 years ago, and now she's entered the record books. Let's go live to Welwyn Garden City and our reporter Joe Black.
Susie, hello. Welcome to Welwyn Garden City. This has to be the most bizarre collection I've ever seen. Would you just take a look at this room? This is only part of the collection, I'll have you know. Lisa Courtney, as you say, has been collecting for about 13 years, and she's got over 13,000 separate pieces. We'll find out the exact figure in just a moment. But let me tell you a little bit about Pokemon if you don't know. It came to the UK in about 1996 as a video game, and now it's this massive franchise with collectible cards, comics, films, and of course plush teddies like this one. There's 493 different characters, but you might recognise this fellow. This is the main guy. This is Pikachu. So any of you out there who've got children, I'm sure you've seen him before. Now, this is just a semi-detached house. Come this way. I mean, look, it's absolutely everywhere. Everywhere, every little corner you can imagine, there is something to do with Pokemon. This is Lisa Courtney. Lisa, you've been collecting for over 13 years, as we've just said. How many do you actually have?
At the moment, I've got 13,485 different items in my collection.
That is some significant number. And now you're in the record books. I mean, how do you feel about that?
Oh, being in the Guinness World Records Gamers Edition is just an indescribable feeling. It's just so nice to be in the book for something you feel so passionate about.
And what do your friends think about this? Do people see you around here and think, oh, there goes that Pokemon girl?
Well, for the most part, I've kept my collection quite quiet, but now that it's out in the open, my friends have been very supportive of it, yeah.
And has it cost you a fortune?
I wouldn't say it's actually cost me nearly as much as most people might think. I've got a lot of merchandise as soon as it came out, so I've got some pretty good deals on them, really.
And you've even been to Japan, haven't you, on a Pokemon-related trip?
Yeah, I went to Japan. Obviously, the main reason was because of Pokemon. But Japan is just an amazing country, even without the Pokemon. It really is. And
you're going to try and stay in the World Record books for many years to come, aren't you? She's just told me that she's already planning to buy many, many more figures. And like I said, it really is a remarkable collection, and if anyone out there can beat it, I'd like to see it.
Thank you very much. Difficult
I'd like to see the house.
Difficult to keep it quiet if anyone comes round to the house, isn't it? Really?
Yes, and it's nice to know Japan's a lovely country, even without the Pokemon.
That was an absolutely massive collection, I have to say. Now, when it was screened in the 1980s, the adventures of a lovable rogue antique stealer from East Anglia had a following of millions. And to this day, people still talk of Lovejoy country.
For Lovejoy, home was a lovely period cottage in Essex. Today it went on the market, but Lovejoy and Tinker would struggle to find the asking price.
Remember the music? Remember Ian McShane, who played Lovejoy? This is where Lovejoy lived. It's called The Crump, and it's just outside the village of Burden, not far from Bishop Stortford.
Hello, you must be Caroline.
I am.
Hello, I'm Mike. How are you?
Caroline Derham lives here now, but with partner Steve and their children, Caroline wants to find somewhere new. So, The Crump is now on the market for a little over £1.3 million.
I mean, I guess you take it for granted because you live here, but do you ever stop and think what an amazing place it is?
Yeah, I do sometimes, especially walking into the barn. I remember the first time walking in, it was just took my breath away, actually.
Just looking at an old episode of Lovejoy and trying to work out what's where, really. And by the looks of it, the entrance to Lovejoy's shop is that door there. Used to be a door, it's a window now.
Joy Cuda was a housekeeper at the Crump for many years and remembers Ian McShane well and how the then owner didn't much care for the star turn smoking.
So, Ian McShane was a fire risk?
Yeah.
Used to smoke a lot, did he?
Yes, he did. One after the other.
The house has changed a bit. It used to be white, for one thing, and now it's pink.
Oh, look, Granny's old whatnot.
Oh, look, Granny's old whatnot.
God, it's ugly.
Never mind.
Could be worth 500 quid.
Could be worth 500 quid.
We junk half our history every year. We throw away millions.
Acting. Money for old rope. Now, Lovejoy was a bit of a dealer, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
He was an antique dealer. Would you take an offer for cash, do you think?
If the price is right.
Staying at the plough.
So, if you've got 1.3 million, a bit less for cash, you get a wonderful house and not just a bit of history, but a bit of television history too. Mike Liggins, BBC Look East, Essex.
Great. I think
He would have made a very good Lovejoy.
He was
wouldn't
auditioning there, wasn't he?
I think he was, and he may have got the part. You never know. How's the weather?
The weather's cold, thank you, Stuart. And it's getting a little bit less cold, but only marginally so.
How's the weather? You say fine, and you give us that.
I know.
Thank you very much.
Show.
It is, isn't it?
That's all from us. Have a very good evening.
Good
Goodbye.
night.